Burma, Episode 2. Discover Yangon. It is no longer the capital of Burma. It has a population of approximately 6 million, and it is a very vibrant city, as you will see. A lot of poor, and not many very rich. No Maseratis, no Mercedes, no BMWs. Yangon, and the city from the 20th floor of the Sakura building, which is the highest. View over the Yangon River, and that's the city. And below you will notice, coming into view, the traffic gridlock on the main street. And the traffic was in permanent gridlock. The Shwedagon Pagoda, which you'll hear more about, and a view of the Circle Line, which we went on the following day. And below you can see the train on the Circle Line if you look carefully. The following morning we walked a half hour to the station, and Nian Nian bought the tickets, which were in ordinary class, and they cost $2 for foreigners, and she said she paid 20 cents. We waited for some time on the platform for the train to come in, and here it comes. Goods and passengers get off first, and then we push our way on. And it is a bit of a scrum. The seats are wooden, and the train was probably built in some of the early 1900s. We set off for our 1.5 hour journey, and every time a train stops, new hawkers come on board to sell their goods, including office supplies, newspapers, and even cold water, which the man poured from a container into your bottle without spilling a drop. We passed and stopped at several stations on the way, and people got on, people got off. The most interesting part was watching the people on the train. There were plenty of monks around, and we went to the Chinese market, which in fact is not Chinese but Burmese. They had the most beautiful fruit and vegetables, fish, everything you could possibly want for the table. And of course flowers, crabs, Now papaya is the name of the Apple Store. Now it's time to take a look at the pagodas in Yangon, and we start with the Seoul Pagoda, which we only saw from the outside, and it was followed by the Botong Pagoda. The pagoda was destroyed during the war, and in the cleanup they found a golden casket with Buddha's hair in it, which is on display. The pagoda is unusual as it is hollow inside and you can walk around.
So that's why it's totally covered with the bamboo net, because gold leaves are very tiny, so it can be flew.
This young lad was having fun riding on his elephant. This cat had been trying to catch a bird and didn't know how to get down off this post where it was. Our next stop, with shoes off again, which we always left in the car just in case, was at the reclining Buddha pagoda, which in fact is not a pagoda, it's a monastery, and there are apparently 600 monks who are taught there. And this miniature is their begging bowl. And at the Buddha's feet is a viewing platform so you can get a good view of them and be sure you understand exactly what is written on them. The Shwedagon Pagoda is the Great Pagoda, and it is 368 feet high. It's massive, and I've included a map just to give some idea of the area. The building was started in 600 BC and it is surrounded by 64 stupas. It was completed in the 6th century and has existed for more than 2,600 years. Of course, it has a very interesting history, but you can look that up on Wikipedia. We circumvented the whole pagoda, and each day has its own corner. The spire of the pagoda has millions and millions of dollars of diamonds and jewels, but unfortunately we didn't have a helicopter. A pair of elephants, and of course lots and lots of Buddhas all over the place. Looking at me.
Alors, après les gars et paradis, pendant le troisième siècle, l'ensemble des pagodes c'est pas ça, comme les hémispheres, comme les dômes.
Yes. Yeah. Now 10 years. I think this condition is very bad, so we'll.
This lady was neither crying or praying. She was actually trying to take a photograph of the group. There were plenty of monks around. These ones were either off to a meeting, not dinner, as they don't eat after midday. And of course there were those with monks with very expensive cameras taking photographs, and some novice nuns who wear pink. There was a lot to absorb, and there were quite a lot of Buddhists praying before the sun went down. Anyone can ring the bell. You don't have to have a certificate. I got a video.
For the picture again, please. Look at him.
One more.
One more. He wants.
Go on.
Lucky 7?
Yes.
270,
Amazing. Sound is.
Unfortunately, my bell ringing was done as a still. And here we are getting in the elevator to go back down to ground level. Complete the Yangon episode with a drive around the city, the traffic snarls, and the signposts that are hard to read, old buildings, the railway building from colonial times, the telegraph office, and the customs house, plus a derelict building. Something a little more modern, and a visit to Scott's Market, left over from colonial days, with some novice monks walking in, shops, all mostly selling jewellery, the firefighting equipment, looked very modern, and we could have bought some nice earrings. The gates to the residence of Suchi, who is affectionately called Our Lady by all in Burma. A sample of flora and fauna at our hotel, the governor's residence. And finally the Shwedagon Pagoda at night, dusk, and you can see the swarm of bats. On to the lake